What's up, guys? Subzero here, back for another VOD review. Today we are VOD reviewing someone for the first time ever. Well, not really, because I kind of used one of their VODs last video, but this is JD Zielinski, habitual high elo player, very, very often at the top of the ladder. And he absolutely has been destroying this tournament that we are VOD reviewing. This is the Ascension of the Ages tournament. He was first place overall day 1 and day 2. Day 3 is going to happen in a little while, a little bit after this video gets posted. I'm not going to be co-streaming it because I got to go hang out with my family, and also I'm not in it because I ran it down day 1. But it's chill, who cares? I get to do more VOD reviews, that's fun. Yeah, this guy's an absolute monster. He played an insane tournament, and we get to see a really, really cool augment this game, one that has just been re-enabled, if you know what it is. And it is, I mean, this might be on the level of like think fast type augments that, they're in the game for a while, and then people just, once they get to the skill cap where this augment is at, they get rid of the augment because it is simply that broken. So we're going to roll our first couple augments. Mulched and low interest rates are just horrible pickups, so we'd never want to buy those, basically, or take those. And we get here, everything must go. Your units buy and sell for 0 gold. 0 gold. So we can't actually sell our bench to make money in this situation, which is actually kind of rough here. JD, almost immediately is like, wait a minute, what have I done? Like, I can't even make 10 here, even though I have this really expensive bench. I would honestly say, actually, that this spot is not really the best for everything must go. Ideally, everything must go. You probably want like a gold opener where you've already made 10 gold, so that, you don't have to worry about the fact that we can't make gold here. But you can see immediately JD Zielinski doing something that I think the best, most elite everything must go players will do. If you're taking this augment and you're going to use it to its fullest, you need to do what he's doing right here, or what he did a few seconds ago, which is he starts scouting and saying, okay, what are the reroll comps that are in this lobby? Because what this augment allows you to do, not only does it allow you to get your units for free, we have an Aphelios, maybe we play an Aphelios reroll game from here, but it also allows you to deny units from other people for free. So already we have like a Kog'Maw here. We scout and see there's a Kog'Maw reroll here. So what are we going to do? We're going to sell that random 2-star unit that we got, the Kha'Zix 2, which I guess in hindsight we never should have. Actually, it doesn't matter because it doesn't cost any gold to make. But we sell that Kha'Zix because who cares about the Kha'Zix 2? And we're going to hold, look at this, we're holding Malphite, we're holding Cho'Gath, and we're holding Kog'Maw. You can use this augment to hold on your bench all of the units that you need to deny people and to get your own units for free. How crazy is that? We have a pretty decent 3-loss, I mean, a fantastic 3-loss here, honestly. 85 HP. We have Glove open here. We could look at potentially an IE, and it's on a Thresh here, which allows us to play into more vertical Faded, which is really nice. We could even play 5 Faded here if we wanted to. But yeah, I mean, it's a really, really nice spot. And look at all the scouting, right? We see someone who's playing around Senna, so we're going to put Senna Shen in there. We have the Kog'Maw stuff in there. We see someone potentially playing Lux reroll, so we're going to put the Lux in there. And there's someone playing around Yone, so we're going to put the Yone in there. I mean, just incredible. You'll love to see it here. We're actually not going to push levels here because JD really, really wants to potentially make 20 gold here. We are kind of broke in this situation, so hopefully we can win this fight and make gold. Sadly, we fight a Gargantuan Resolve Yone board, so that's a problem. At least once again, we're going to kill a few units. Like, this is a fantastic loss streak by HP. By econ, not so much. We're 19 gold at 2-5, but hey, at least we have the 4 loss, and we need to lose this last fight for sure. But yeah, this is honestly a pretty crazy setup here. We want to take a 3-cost unit here just in case we can pick up an Aphelios, but we don't get that, so that's fine. We do end up getting one in shop though, so that's another Aphelios, which is really, really fantastic for us. But yeah, like all together, our spot is actually not amazing. We're just gonna pre-level to level 5 here. I think JD gets a little bit like he doesn't. I mean, he could have played for 5 loss here, I'm pretty sure, by putting in a weaker board and losing to this guy, but we end up actually winning this fight, which is actually really, really bad for our econ. We were already in kind of a scary spot econ-wise, and then we end up losing, or we end up winning this fight as well, which is bad for our econ. We would have just had to field like double Sivir, Kog'Maw, plus like Malphite, trap the Malphite, and we would have lost that fight. So a little bit unfortunate. One thing that JD does here that you have to do when you take this augment, by the way, crowd your entire bench when you're on minion round, because you want these orbs to turn into gold. If they turn into units, they're not going to be gold for you. But if they turn to gold, then you can just pick up the gold. So you have to do what he does here and crowd your entire bench so that those orbs turn into gold. So something to keep in mind. Another Yasuo for us is cool. There's a little Kog'Maw and a Malphite that we can think about holding on to. So he opts to actually, he holds Kog'Maw for a second, but then he decides to end up holding this Amumu to potentially deny the Lux player. So something you can deny everyone when you play this Augment. It's really, really crazy, really high skill cap, because you need to be scouting the entire game and denying as many people as possible. But yeah, we take a pretty rough loss here to this guy who's playing around Senna. So yeah, we can still look at holding the Sennas there, but yeah, pretty rough. I think maybe it's because that person had already hit Kog'Maw, we decided to stop denying it. We get Blistering Strikes as an option here, which is fantastic. And the other nice thing about this Augment, what JD can do here, is he can roll pretty deep. Rolls down, finds Aphelios 2 and Thresh 2 pretty quickly. But you can roll a lot at 3-2 because of how little it costs to actually pick up the units that you want. So yeah, we basically got to roll and find our entire board here on 3-2, which stabilizes us a lot. It's actually pretty fortunate that we hit relatively quickly there because we were kind of broke. If you have to like roll it down straight to 0 to find these units, this game would be very, very difficult. But yeah, we have, I mean, infinite gold to work with. It's just the number of rolls that we have to pay for. So we pick up the Aphelios 2 and the Thresh 2, and now the board is actually online. We have Sniper in. We have, like I said, Aphelios 2, Thresh 2, and I mean, even the Caitlyn 2 as a unit is pretty cool. But I mean, look at our bench, holding all of these units to deny people. We definitely do not want to upgrade to 2 costs. We just want the gold here to kind of repair our gold setup. But yeah, we see the Lux player potentially not playing towards Lux, actually. So like we don't care too much about that, and we also decide to just not hold this anymore. But yeah, we're putting in now even more units that we can deny. We can deny the Kaisa. Obviously, we want the Ornn and potentially the Ashe for our own board. But yeah, the other hard thing is that this guy is playing Faded, which makes it a little bit harder to hit. They have 1 Aphelios, 1 Thresh, so it's going to be a bit annoying to hit all of our stuff 3-starred. But I mean, we still have to go for it. And the nice thing is that everything must go is in many ways, kind of like an econ augment, like Golden Ticket or something. We can actually roll really, really aggressively to find our units because we don't have to pay for them. So pretty crazy here. Ideally, we want Bow here for a Aphelios item, but we don't actually get the option. So we end up just getting Ornn with a Rod here, which, I mean, is really, really nice. Ornn is a unit that we want to play on this board. This Rod can be half of Guinsoo. We do also pick up Kindred 2 here. But it does feel a little bit bad that we don't actually get to pick up the Guinsoo component for... I mean, it is a Guinsoo component, it's just not the Bow, which is the more crucial component, because Bow can be any attack speed item. Rod can only be Guinsoo if we want to make it into, like a really good Aphelios item. Could also be like a random Thresh item. But yeah, we see this guy has the 3-star Kog'Maw already, so we didn't have to deny that anymore. We can still deny Cho'Gaths if we want to, if we end up seeing them in shop, so something to keep in mind. But still, like, we get to deny it. Like, this is 2 Sennas being taken out of the pool for the Senna player. It's so obnoxious if you're playing against this Augment and you're playing Reroll, because we just get to deny any unit that we see in our shop. Normally the downside to holding these units in shop is that you don't get to make econ, right? You're wasting gold on holding these units, but we're not wasting gold because it's free to hold them, so we just get to deny everyone for free. The big thing is actually this Yone player. We'd love to find some Yones, some juicy Yones to deny from this guy. The problem is we haven't seen a single one yet, but hopefully we eventually find one. This is actually also a really, really tragic fight to lose. It was looking okay, but then the Yone just jumps onto our Aphelios and kills it, which feels really, really bad. JD, not to, like, this guy's an absolute beast, but I believe, yeah, he does forget here to crowd his bench out just because he's thinking about all of the scouting and stuff. So, there are very good players out there, but look at this. He actually loses a full 8 gold by not holding bench there, which is really, really bad. But it's okay, because look at this. We can roll down here and essentially just roll it to 0 for our board. We have 7 Threshes already. Pick up a Yone, which is a really, really nice unit to deny. But look how, like, JD is so dizzy in this spot here because it's really, really obnoxious to have to roll all this stuff really quickly because we want to roll, we want to pick up the Yones, we want to pick up the Threshes, we want to pick up everything. So in this position here, we actually don't get to finish the roll down and find Thresh 3 because we're so busy like trying to pick up all these other units, which, normally I would say it's like, well, don't try to optimize that hard, but this is really, really necessary optimization. Augment-wise here, Tiny but Deadly is really good. The other ones I'm just not very interested in. It gives us kind of the attack speed that we need for our setup here, so I like it a lot. You can think about denying more Sennas, but this is fine. We end up just hitting the Thresh 3 here, and JD makes a really, really good call here, which is we're already Thresh 3, and we're pretty far off of Aphelios. I'm just going to push levels and play Vertical Faded on like level 8, level 9 type stuff. It's not reasonable for me to roll down and find an Aphelios 3 here because we only have 4. So we're just going to chill here, sack 2, go level 8 next round. We can play Sniper, or we can play really 7 Faded plus 1 if we end up hitting a set, which is the dream. But yeah, something to, you know, we can play for whatever we want to play for, basically. But yeah, we get a Component Anvil or gold here. Component Anvil is pretty necessary here. The other awkward thing about our spot is there was really nothing that we could build because we need the rod for Gwinsu. We need, you know, potentially the chain for tank item. This is actually a really cool slam from JD that I was not expecting, but this is Guard Breaker onto Aphelios here. But it uses the belt really well in a way that, like, we need offensive items more than defensive because this chain can just be our last defensive item, and the rod is probably going to be Gwinsu. So I actually like the Guard Breaker slam a lot. It's not something that you see very often. It also like works pretty well with Aphelios' ult, where he sends the bolts out and then hits them, where he's gonna like send them out, proc Guard Breaker, and then the second hit is going to, you know, use the bonus damage from Guard Breaker. So it actually is a really, really nice slam onto Aphelios here. Like I've been talking about, we really want to pick up this Gwinsu here for Aphelios. It's a great item. Normally you really like red buff, but since we already have Blistering Strikes, Gwinsu is even better because we don't want to play red buff. So yeah, Gwinsu, really, really nice item here. We can level if we want to here, but I was pretty surprised by this. JD decides to not actually full level here. He just pre-pumps a little bit. He would stay at 30 gold, I believe, if he leveled here, but the big thing is, like, we don't really have that much to level 4. You know, we could level for, you know, a second Ornn or something like that, but like, we kind of need the gold to hit everything, and the ideal thing that we need to play for this game is actually a 3-star 4 cost in this position. Because we have everything must go, we can use it to look for, you know, potentially a 3-star Ornn, potentially a 3-star Cinder, potentially a 3-star Ashe, because we're going to have so many free shops, basically, so many free units that we can buy. You can use it to hit 3-star 4 cost, and that's how people really take this augment to overdrive. The ability to grief other people is really, really nice and deny units, but the way to make this augment really, really broken, that a lot of people do, is that you look for a 3-star using all of the basically free units that you can pick up. So yeah, we take another couple of losses here. At least we're in the top 4, but it's actually like a little bit scary that we're, you know, taking so much damage. But these shops look pretty good. We end up picking up another Ornn here, and honestly, we're going to start rolling just because JD doesn't want to be too dizzy with all the gold that he's going to have to roll. He's really close to Aphelios 3 now. He remembers to clump up his units, which is really, really nice here. It takes, I think this is a Protector's Vow. It's either a Vow or a Shojin here. I forget what he ends up making here. We end up picking up Set here, which is a really, really nice pickup because that allows us to just get Sniper out and play 7 Faded, which is really, really nice. Yeah, I think he does make Shojin here. The idea being that because we have Ornn can just farm the last Thresh item, and Shojin is a really, really nice item onto Cinder too. So I can certainly see it. Ideally, we would have rolled more here, but we were just trying to figure out what the board is. Also, I think ideally we'd have Ornn next to Thresh so we farm item for him. But once again, it was just a matter of not having enough time. But still, we beat this Kog'Maw board with our 7 Faded board, which is awesome. Tiny but Deadly is a really, really cool augment. And if there's something that's high roll this game, I would say this is it. We get 1 cost reroll. So here, JD's like, I mean, I can just play for 3-star 4 cost here, right? Like, there's no way I can't. I can just roll so much gold here with the free shops. Look at this. I mean, it's 3 Ashes at this point. That's 4 Ashes. We have a ton of Ornns here. We're actually 2 off. Now, with this last Ornn, we are actually guaranteed Ornn 3 if we can get in Hui onto this board, which is really, really funny. I think I probably would have just rolled down here with 40 gold left over. That's 40 rolls to try to find the Ornn. But JD actually says, I'm gonna stop rolling here. I'm just gonna get the Hui in and guarantee the Ornn 3, which I think is really, really smart. I mean, we have 50 gold left over, so I don't know. I would probably still roll it. But you know, I think this is a really, really smart play to guarantee it. And I mean, you could still roll here. I'm pretty sure you're meant to roll, especially before your free, or not your free, but your 1-cost shop rerolls run out. Which I think we still have a few more rounds of that. But yeah, sadly, we weren't able to deny the Yone 3 from this guy by holding Yone's. But still, we at least, you know, made it take a little bit extra time. We are going to just barely lose this fight, I believe. Yeah, because Yone's a monster. But still a 2-unit loss. We just need to survive 4 rounds, and we have a free win in our pocket. Obviously, we'd love to pick up this Ornn off carousel here, but sadly, somebody denies it, which is sad. But hey, at least we get the set 2 here with Morello, which is not the worst. But yeah, I mean, imagine if we just got Ornn 3 there. But yeah, I think this is the round where JD realizes, wait, like, I should probably just roll since my shop refreshes only cost 1 gold. So I'm just going to send it here, pick up any of the units that fit onto my board as 3-star 4 costs. We don't need to hold Yone's anymore, so I won't look at that, but I'm going to hold all the 4 costs. This is pretty quick rolling, honestly. But honestly, like, it's so funny. He needs 1 Ornn, and he just can't find it. He is, at this point, he's 2 Cinders off, 2 Ashes off, and 1 Ornn off, and he just cannot find that last unit, which is so funny. The upside, though, we fight this Kog'Maw board, and we just barely, we just barely win, which is huge. Winning this fight basically guarantees that we are going to be able to get to the Ornn 3, because there's no way we're going to die in 2 rounds. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you should have just rolled to 0 there to utilize all of the 1-cost rerolls, because now they're back up to 2 gold. And your win con this game is hitting 3-star 4 cost. I mean, you're guaranteed to hit it, so you really just want to make your board as strong as possible. You could even, I mean, once you hit set 2, we're probably done making our board stronger, honestly. There's not an upgrade that we can find outside of a 3-star 4 cost, but still, we're going to win this fight as well, just because the Udyr runs really, really far away. And at this point, it is GG's. The game is wrapped up, because we only have to live 1 fight. There is nowhere we are taking 32 damage in a fight. Literally the person in his game says, "Can I FF in this spot? Don't want to risk DQ," which is pretty funny. I mean, very true that, this spot is certainly FFable, because the game is just over. Takes an Ionic Spark here, which is a decent item here. Ends up hitting Ornn 3 anyway, and so now he's just rolling for an extra unit to duplicate, but doesn't actually see one. So he's just going to put the Syndra on the Hex here, just to guarantee another Syndra. I doubt the game's going to last another, 4 rounds after this, but still, it's a fun thing to do. And yeah, you can just see that, this Ornn is just never going to die. He's going to do a bunch of damage, and, the game is done at this point. There's not really any more decisions to be made here. We get another Cinder, which is pretty chill. We're going to roll down, try to randomly find a Cinder 3, but, we're still not finding them, which is so sad. All we have to do is deny potential other 3-star 4 costs there. Like, this person's holding a bunch of Nautiluses, but they're still very, very far off, right? I think they only have 5 there. That's not a 2-star Nautilus on bench. So yeah, he puts this in to deny. Maybe it is a... I don't think that's a 2-star Nautilus on bench. But yeah, he just throws this in just for fun, because that's the only possible way we could not win this game, is if that person hits a Nautilus 3. But that is almost definitely not going to happen. We're going to roll down a bit more just in case to see if we can see something. We're holding all these 4 costs just to thin the pool of 4 costs out for us. But like, honestly, we could put these back in the pool just to thin out the pool for the other player. But, where's the fun in that? But yeah, just this Ornn here with 0 items is an absolute monster. It looks like he, at 3-star, farms himself items as well, which is pretty sick. He just farmed he farms like 3 items per cast, actually. I haven't seen Ornn 3. But yeah, it looks like he's just farming a ton of items for himself. I assume we just won an Ornn item here. He's going to take the Cinder, actually play for full cap. Oh yeah, this is Cinder 3. We're 1 off Syndra, so we get the Cinder 3 here with the Edge of Night. That's pretty fun. Can pick up a random Galio too, which I'm not even really sure what this does, but it's cool. And then we get to Edge of Night somebody. He's going to Edge of Night this set. I kind of feel like it should be Edge of Night or Cinder 3, but who cares? And we're 1 off Ash 3. This guy's 46 HP, so we do have a little bit of time to hit it, and we are going to duplicate one, so maybe we can hit the triple 3-star 4 cost special and hit Ash 3 and everything. We just need to find a single one here. There's the Ash. We need them to not FF, but they're not gonna, because, they don't want to get penalized by Riot Games. So we can sack. Well, not really sack, because we're winning every fight, but we can wait 1 more fight here, and we're going to have Ash 3 on our board as well to close it out. So yeah, let me know if you guys have got this Augment in your games. Does it not seem completely broken? We can bask in the power of Cinder 3, dealing 7k damage in like a second here. Ash 3 as well. It's so funny, because these units are not itemized at all. We can't even fit 7 Fated, right? So, I guess we'll play this just for Dryad for the Ornn, yeah. But, the Hui is definitely not needed anymore. He's not really doing anything. But yeah, like, let me know what you guys think about this Augment. I really think this might be one of those Augments where, like, Riot put it into the game, and they thought, oh, wow, he gets 3 Exalted in here. Wait, that's sick. I did not even know that we were 2 out of 3 Exalted. That's dope. But yeah, like, it's a really cool Augment in theory, but in practice, I think people might just... At the skill cap, it might just be too broken to play around. Like, you see this board, we hit 3-star 4 costs easily, and our opener was not ideal. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you got a chance to try out this Augment. If you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe, check out my Twitch and all my other links down below. Thanks for watching.